I'm going to be working on some music production today. I'm just going to kick on some music looping for a minute while I work on some cleanup. And you'll have to let me know if you're around, Darth, if the music is too loud relative to my microphone. Kind of feels like it is, so I'm going to crank up the mic a little bit. Or I might turn the music down a touch. We'll see how it goes, but it might be a little bit loud. But it's never as loud as I think it is, so we'll have to wait and see. So this is running, and let's start looking at some of the things we need to do here to clean this up. So we need to, let's see here, let's go back. A little on the louder side. Okay, I'll turn it down. Maybe put it about there. That should be good. Now I can aim for my correct volume, and actually that's gonna mess up my volume. It's gonna mess up my reading unless I switch that. I'm using a meter thing here to tell me what my loudness is, so I may need to think through a better way to run that. Right now it's just getting the mix, but I could set it to be Q4. So let's do that. Let's set it to be Q4. That way my meter gets nothing. And now I can send this full up to Q4. And now I don't have to look at my microphone in it as well. I just need to remember to reset that for when I'm working on game stream stuff. Okay, so far I know we need to refreeze things to 48K. Hopefully that's a little bit better on the volume. Let me know if it's still too loud, but I think it should be better. We need to, what else? We need to save all synth and instrument presets. Let's go take a look at what else we need to do here. We need to print all plugins, because I think this one's fairly close to done. I need to multi-channel route drums, create drums, or no, create bass bus. Guitar sounds like quite the coxman. Well, you know, kind of sounds like a bit of a prick. How you doing, Eric? So let's get started on some of these. First things first, let's go multi-channel route these drums, because I know that's something I need to get done. So we'll make a bunch of tracks. Actually, I'm trying to think. I'm going to go ahead and glue all of this for the moment. Actually, I'm going to undo that. Can I do that as a take? I probably can't, because I would love to keep these independent in case we want to change something. But I'm just going to go ahead and glue it. I'm going to assume that it's good. I might even route it back into Superior Drummer at some point. We'll see. So we have cymbals, kick, snare, aux. I don't think there's any toms happening here. Let's go take a look. What all do we have happening here? We've got kick. So let's go ahead and name that. Kick. At Ye Olde Jim. Nice. This is kind of our snare. Snare. What else do we have? Snare high pitch. Snare high pitch. It's probably like a rim. I'm just gonna call it rim. Snare. If I could type, rim shot. This is like subby kick. We'll call it sub kick. Sub kick. I wish I could rearrange these a little bit better in the MIDI editor, but whatever. And this is our hi-hat here. I don't know what that really is. I guess it's kind of like a tom. So we'll call it low tom. Maybe what I'll do here is pull up Superior Drummer in a minute and like see what they're calling it and match that. That's actually probably what I'm going to do. This is our hi-hat. And then it's like a shaker. What are you? This is like a mid-tom. Maybe. What are you? It's like a crash. We'll call that a crash. Okay, I think that's everything. So now we can go ahead and hide unused and unnamed note rows. I missed one, but it's not even being used. I kind of don't care. Oh, I forgot to turn my chat thing on. I always forget this every time. Someday I'll remember. I really should have got some water before I came down. So let's solo this out and just start playing these drums. It's a really cool kit. I'm really excited about it. So let's go ahead and come back up here. Oh, this isn't even Superior Drummer, it's Kontakt. That's right, so maybe I can't break these drums out. I think this plugin may not have the routing capability. Also, this may crash. So I may not be able to break this out into individual tracks. I don't think this plugin has multi-outputs, which is kind of a bummer. What to do about that? There's insert effects, there's send levels. Yeah, I don't think I can route this thing. So, never mind. We're not gonna do that. So we'll continue using it just in its plugin. I'm gonna leave myself a note that that's the case. Let's delete all of that. So we're gonna say Kontakt no multi-route. That way I don't forget. Can I leave a note about this? Whatever, I'm just gonna mark it off because it can't be done. Okay, next thing's up. I'm not gonna print this because I want to be able to keep working on it. There was a bass note here that I feel like I heard that I didn't care for. I think it's this one. Yeah, something felt weird there. What is that? Did you just play tune? Oh, it's a delay. Not sure how I feel about the delay there. I might automate it out there. It's fine here, but here, I don't like it there. I'm going to automate it out. It sounds like the thing was hit twice. Okay, so I already have the send there. We'll just kill it for that one. Delay out for the whole section. Okay, I agree. I wasn't just going to make that call without you, but I do agree that that's the move. I think maybe we put that in before we fleshed the whole section out. I also don't need a base bus now, so I'm gonna mark that as done. Okay. So let's start getting some of these things finalized and printed. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. So first things first, let's work on the ones that I haven't already printed, and then we'll unfreeze. And then I gotta, maybe I should try and do this first, because we did get rid of this original intro that we had, and I'm kind of tempted to try and let's try and remove it and see what happens. I'm gonna save first, because this often has problems. So let's remove contents, and then why is that have a star on it? It should be fine. It's up here. I'm gonna tell it to not allow a partial measure and see what it does. Oh, I understand. I've got a beat here that I missed. You know, things get weird with time signature stuff in Reaper, so I'm gonna redo that. I see where I missed it. Remove. Okay, and then now we'll put the marker back in for intro. Sucks that all these things move, but intro fade in. And then let's find the right amount of time. That's right about there. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. I like to get this to be, I like my lead times to be 0.04 seconds for render purposes. We'll snap that there. And then we'll drop the marker here. Intro fade in. And then kill that marker and reset the markers. It's in extensions, SWS. Markers and reorder marker IDs. Okay. And then actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to, can you make a 0 marker? Can I make an ID 0 and call it pre-roll? Because if so, yes, you can make a 0 marker and it works. Although, yep, it works. Okay. Get my marker list up. We're going to rename this also to Chrono Trigger. We're just going to call it main theme. Main theme. So now my pre-roll, I can also just rack to top of that for listening, which is what I want. Okay, so let's go print some. Actually, one other thing, I need to add in my because I'm pushing the Submaster 3 dB, and I probably should be doing that with a VCA. So let's grab my top level VCA, track grouping, and we will rename this, everything's on the other screen, VCA top level folders. Excuse me. And then we'll put all of these sound effects, intro. Actually, these should all be inside of a keys bus, so let's do that. Synth. Do I want to put the effects into the synth bus, or do I want a separate SFX bus? I think I want a separate SFX bus. Those are guitars. Okay, so now we've got a synth bus going. Main theme, Moog lead should be outside of the main theme, I think. Also, I should change that. Well, we'll organize the busing here as we go. I need a pull-out tray to get this stuff over the actual keyboard. It kind of sucks where it is. Okay, so now that we've got a keys bus, let's put all of these into the top level bus. Guitars and effects. Track grouping. And we'll put it as VCA follow. So if I grab this VCA folder, I obviously missed something. It's VCA lead. Those should all be in VCA follow. So what did I do wrong? Oh, something's wrong. I also missed the SFX, so it's working correctly for the drums. That's weird. So it's got the drums and the bass, but something... This main theme is not... Which makes me think none of the keys are. But the guitars are being cut. Weird. It's pulling down everything except for this. There must be like a separate send or something that's happening. It's because, okay, I see it now. It's because that's going directly to the submaster, and it needs to go to the master parent. And this needs to go directly to its master parent, and then that needs to go to the submaster. Okay. The sound effects are also going directly to the submaster, which is correct, but they need to be part of the VCA group. Because I missed them. Okay, now everything should be good. Now we can control the whole mix there. So now let's go ahead and pull this 3.5 D or 3 dBs down and push it up with the VCA fader. That's better. Better gain staging. I probably should just go turn the folders themselves up, but this VCA does the job all the same. Got lots of headroom. So let's color our drum tracks, which I don't really like that color for these types of drums. So we're not using this anymore, so that can go away. That gray, and these drums I see as more of this dark green color. Let's go with that. Sound effects section. Let's make that purple, and then these will just set to random because I don't care. Pull the Moog lead out of that. Okay, so we're making some progress here. Guitar lead. I guess we decided against the guitar lead, so I'm just gonna delete it. Yeah, there's a lot of takes there though. I'm gonna keep it just in case we bring it back. But I'm going to assume that we're not using it, so that way at least when I freeze it, it'll be gone. But it'll stay in the metadata at least. I need to refreeze these. Okay. Go ahead and mark that off. Oops, there we go. Organized busing. Well, let's go ahead and add a couple things that I know I'm going to need. We're going to add pre-master mix and mastered. Okay. I also forgot to turn on my secondary light. Okay, so let's see here. Where's this app? Sinus Link. I just need to put my fill light on. I forgot about it. I still need to get a backlight going in here. I don't have anything for that, and I really should rig something up. Just been lazy. It's a cool ending. I need to have that like get distorted as it goes, maybe. That'll be kind of cool. Okay, so let's start saving some of these patches and figuring out where they all go. So we've got the main theme section, and then I need a, it sounded good. Yeah, I think it is. I think this track came out really good. So now we need a B section bus. So we have B section, and we're gonna move the B section piano into that bus. And what else? Is that all there is for keys in the B section? No, it looks like this air pad is part of the B section, and then we have the ending, which I'm trying to decide if I want to create a whole bus for the ending. I still don't quite know how I like to organize this yet, if this is a good idea or not, because I want to do it kind of like that. I do like to be able to visually see it from left and right, from left to right, I think. So let's just color all this. Let's desaturate that a bit. And then we have like the ending stuff, which we'll come in and do more in-depth coloring later. This is fine for now. And then the Moog leads should be like an orange, but definitely not that saturated. For the replicate duo videos, Black Void, you've decided we need a large space like Allied, or clear out your living room and black it up. I mean, if we can, we should try and test it in your living room and see if we can make it work. Because if we can, then we don't have to spend money renting a space. I don't know if your garage is easier than your living room, or what's the easiest for clearing stuff out, but one way or another, I mean, it'd be good to try and test it somewhere where, I mean, we should at least try it, so we don't have to spend money if we don't need to. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and start saving some of these patches. So we have this air pad. This is a bunch of different stuff. So this is a really cool sound. We need a ton of black backdrop either way. Yeah. We can try and decide how we want to do that. We'll talk about it. You want to work Sunday? So let's do this. Let's bring up the whole thing. I'm going to save each preset by themselves, because I know you like to say like, hey, what if we use this sound from this song? So I like to save them all. So let's do this. Let's save the whole thing. Save all effects as chain. We'll go to Smashing Consoles, Chrono Trigger. This is main theme lo-fi. Okay. And this is AirPad. AirPad. You have a doctor's appointment later today to determine if you have the plague. Ah, well, don't have the plague. If you do, then I guess maybe we'll get you in Discord or something and we can just work like this on mixing stuff. Although hopefully I'll have a lot of it pretty well done by then. But I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Do I want to save these as Reaper presets? I don't think so, because I want those. I'll save it as an Omni. I'll save them. How's the work schedule? It's all just chaos and up in the air now. So I'm going to be like next week I work like Tuesday through Friday, I think. And then next Sunday, so a week from this Sunday, I'm flying out to Florida for a week to go do a job in Fort Lauderdale. So I'll be gone for a week doing that, and then I come back and have a little bit of work in what's it called? Shit. At Nike again. Chrono Trigger main theme lo-fi, and this is AirPad. Although the fragments is going to be an important part of this. Is that how I want to do it? I could also, no, I'm just going to do it like that. That'll be fine. So we'll go save preset as AirPad under the bank. Let's go Chrono Trigger. Do I want to create a whole, like, I don't know if I have, should I do a bank per, or should I just put the name of the track? I'm just going to put the name of the track. So this is main theme, because otherwise it's going to become, I'm sure I made edits. Whatever, I don't care about all of that. So main theme AirPad. So if I come over here, I should be able to go to my Chrono Trigger presets and have that there. And that's good for me to start saving these things. Okay, and then Pro Q3. I don't know that I care about saving this as much, because I would have to do some kind of shenanigans to, I don't know if I care to put it in there. I could save it in like a, maybe that's not a bad idea, just to remember what it did. I'll go ahead and do it. I'll create a session or a section for it. So let's go to D. Actually, you know what? No, let's go back to, this is where I've been keeping things, so let's just keep it all here. Automate. No, it's not a good place for it. I'll forget that it's there. I don't want to put it in my plugins drive because that'll get blown up if I fuck with it. So let's do this. Let's go here, and we're going to make a plugins presets folder, and we'll call this Chrono Trigger. Actually, what I really want to do actually is we're going to delete that, and we're going to do Pro Q3, and we'll do Chrono Trigger, because I'm going to be saving a bunch of this stuff. Chrono Trigger, lo-fi, main theme, and this is AirPad. Okay. So now I have the chain, and I have all the individual plugins saved in their respective places. I'm not sure that that was the best way to do that. FabFilter probably. Actually, you know what? Let's go spelunking real fast. Does FabFilter store? Even if it does store something in the operating system, I don't want to put anything there because it'll blow it up. I need to keep my own. So get rid of that. Okay. So now that we've got that all done, I mean, before we do anything, let's just, is this not going to work? Can I not play it? It's automated out. Oh, that's such a cool sound. That's just fun to play with. We should use this sound for a melody sometime. I have it tagged under pads, but it would work for a melody for sure. We need to like keep notes somewhere about what patches would work for cool stuff like this. I don't know if like making a Google sheet or something is the best way to do that, but maybe that's something we should do as we like wrap up some of these sessions, is go through sound by sound and start creating a database. Since I'll save all the presets, then we have a reference thing that we can go back to make things quicker, to be like, what if we use that sound from that song to do this kind of thing, and we'll have a reference sheet. I think that's something we should do. Don't know how you feel about that, but I think it could be a good idea for us to do. Okay, let's go ahead and print this thing down. Gotta wait for it to do its thing. Actually, I'll just force reload it. Okay. Freeze. And then what I need to do is, once I freeze stuff, we need to... Sounds like The Land Before Time, yeah. That doesn't sound right. It sounds like it still had the tails from the last thing I was playing, so let's undo. This is why I always check the freezes, because they like to fuck up a lot. That's what that should sound like. Let's unload it and let's try and freeze it. Sometimes freezing just completely breaks too, so it may be that this won't work at all and all. I'll have to like hard record it. Also seems like finishing that freeze cuts my mic. Okay, now it sounds correct. Is the audio quality good enough on the stream for you to make any kind of accurate decisions, you think, Eric? I'm assuming you're listening with headphones. Sounds kind of like the bagpipe intro for Lover You Should Have Come Over. I don't know that. I need to like have a way of like marking that I've finished a thing. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna undo that one more time. Unfreeze, shift, because I want to extend that out so I can like distort it and do some stuff with it. So I'm just gonna let that go, and I can hard cut it or do whatever I want to with it later, I think. So I'm gonna extend that out a little ways. So let's go ahead and refreeze that again, because I have some ideas for it. I guess you can't see the freeze dialog. I'll try and remember to move that up next time. Okay, let's check it and make sure it's good. And I'll come up with a way of notating or putting a mark on a track if I've frozen something. I should have track notes. That's what I need to do. I wish I could dock two things here, because I don't need this full marker list. I think there's a track notes thing here somewhere, but I think it's an extension. Let's see here. I don't want label processor, because I want this to be on notes. There we go. See, that's what I don't like. I don't like that it's like full. I wish I could dock this separately down below the other thing. That would be nice. Stop playback, maybe. What if I undock it from there and put it somewhere else? Let's take a look at where else I might be able to put this thing. I don't have a good place for this, really. I mean, I guess I could leave it up here, but that eats up a lot of my screen real estate. There's no way to, like... Because I can dock it there and there, but I want to dock it, like, somewhere else. Well, I guess I can just bring it up whenever I'm looking for it. So AirPad, presets, saved, and I'll date it. What's the date? 02, no, 2025, 0221. That way I remember that I did it, and then we'll say, actually, I think that's all I need is to know that the presets are saved in that. That's kind of all I need right now. Because if I click here, it should tell me that I haven't done it now. So now I can know what I have and have not saved presets for. I could also put the paths where I saved them, but that's probably not necessary. That's maybe a little overkill. So now that I have the notes, now we can do this the way that I was kind of hoping to do it before. Okay, so we've also got this kind of hollow fluty pad. Wish there was something I could put on the track that let me know that I had done it. I guess I could like put them in a group. Yeah, that's not a good way to do it. I need like a good okay, that sounds nice. I also really want to go write some of this into like MuseScore or something, but that'll be another day. I did rig up this fancy piano camera, so if I'm working on the piano, you can see what I'm doing, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So let's go save these presets. So we've got the Selena. We'll save preset as into the bank of Chrono Trigger. We'll call this main theme soft ending pad. Okay. It's in Chrono Trigger. Go ahead and save that. And then Filter Freak. Let's save. Where do you keep your presets? I don't like that. That'll get blown up. So let's go to our fancy folder in D. I actually probably should have put it in my assets folder, but this is going to be, what are you? This is Filter Freak 1. Filter Freak 1. And Chrono Trigger. We'll call this main theme lo-fi. And this is soft ending pad. Okay. Must be saved inside their user folder. What? That's stupid. I don't like that. Really? That's fucking dumb. Now I've got to go find this folder and add it to my hard archives. Whatever. I really don't like that. Chrono Trigger, main theme, lo-fi, and it is soft ending pad. So let's go add a task here. Let's add a board. Or add a thing. I haven't used Trello in a while, so I'm like remembering how to do it. Also, you've got some hard archives for me. Good God. If you want to change any of this or do something other than Trello, I just kind of pulled up the one from way back when, and I'm starting to work off of it. We can change some of that if we need to. List name. This is... we'll call this like archive tasks. I'm going to switch the naming convention to everything else. Archive tasks, add a card, and this is going to be add filter freak folder to automated backups. Put these over here for me. We'll go. Yeah, that's fine. You're probably better at all this stuff because you actually do this for work. I have no clue how all this stuff really works. So we can work on that later. And then now let's just go ahead and save. Really, the most important thing is saving these effects change. This is really what's going to matter the most. And these should already be in my backups. Let's double check that that is true. So let's go to, it should be here, backup scripting, current backup. Let's read this and see. So app data, let's see here. What else is happening here? That's UA plugins. That's UA console. There we go. Reaper effects. So it's Reaper roaming, app data roaming, Reaper effects chains. Yep, I already got it. Okay, so we're good there. This is already in my backups. This is Smashing Consoles, Chrono Trigger, main theme, lo-fi, soft ending pad. It'd be cool if we could come up with descriptors for these things, but that's always hard to do. So let's go ahead and freeze that so that on our, and maybe that'll be something figuring out on our spreadsheet, a way to add descriptors to these so we can find them for when we want them. Presets saved. 2025, 0221. I wish I could make this text bigger, but whatever. Oh, okay, so I can make it way bigger. Okay, that one's done. So now let's do this ending pad. A lot of times what I like to do here, just because things tend to like to break, is I'll duplicate this track here and work off the duplicate. So this is like a little more, it sounds similar to the other one, maybe just an octave down. So let's go ahead and unfreeze that bad boy. Oh, it's all off time now because of, ooh, that's going to mess me up. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Because I never remembered to do this, I need to come back to here and reset the time base. Oops. Maybe if I reset the time base, it'll fix this. That's in project settings. And we want to change the start time to there and change measure 1 to there. And now the time base should be accurate. Also, shouldn't these all like extend back? They should. Okay. But we still need to work on all of that anyways eventually. So I got to unfreeze all of those. So let's find out if this actually does what I think it's going to do now. So now if I unfreeze this, let's save. Unfreeze, no. Does it know where the time base is now? Nope, it still doesn't. That's a bummer. It's ultimately not a big deal, but it is kind of annoying. Put it back in place. So I'll just have to remember that these all need to get put back into place. ending came out so good. Really did just come out super good. I'll just, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I just realized I don't have to do the complicated thing I thought I needed to do. I can just do this, and I'll put at like right there. It's kind of annoying for my screen, but it makes sense for where the camera is, so we'll just do that. It'll also look pretty ugly with where the chat pops up, but that's okay. Let's also add a hard stop out here. Project settings, advanced, limit project length to, I wish there was a, put it at cursor. That's a 0, 0, and then 0, 3. I don't think that's right. Should be there, and then 01, 052, and it's always wrong because of that, because I actually need to put it there. It doesn't do the math properly about the bar that I have as pre-roll, so I always have to 305, 263. I always have to mark it one bar ahead of what I really want it to, but that way I can't zoom out too far. Okay, so we have now unfrozen this. Let's go save our presets. Also, is this a fun one to play? It is definitely a fun one to play. Very cool. Kind of reminds me of that Journey track we were working on years ago. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. Save patch as Chrono Trigger main theme lo-fi. This is Jupiter pad ending. Jupiter pad ending. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Always takes Omnisphere a while to save, but now I should be able to go to my user directories, and we should be able to see we've got Chrono Trigger main theme lo-fi, and there it is. Do I really need to archive all this? I don't know. But I do feel like it could help us move quickly at times, even though when we get into doing this, I never want to use sounds that we've used before, and I think that drives you crazy. By you, I mean Sergei Fiddle. Save. How do I want to save this? Here. Save as. And I put it in the D drive. D. Plugins, presets. I really need like some music that fades in whenever Reaper's, like if I could find a way to get Reaper to duck some backing music for me, that'd be really cool. I don't think there's a way to like sidechain plugins in the UA console, which is kind of a bummer. Pro Q3, Chrono Trigger Lo-Fi. So this is main theme. Jupiter pad ending. And then let's save the whole thing. Save all effects as chain. Smashing Consoles, Chrono Trigger, main theme Lo-Fi. And this is Jupiter pad ending. Okay. So now that we got everything saved, we can go ahead and refreeze it back at 48K, and we'll delete the 44.1 version. Delete. Okay, let's go clean up any freezes that were incorrect. Okay, the Moog, I'll let it keep pushing that at 41. I don't really care that it's at 44.1 instead of 48. Reaper does a good job managing that. So now that ending is done, presets saved. 0221. I wish I had a better place to put this, but I'll forget to move it with the camera. I'll work on coming up with a docking plan for this thing. I could put it up there, but I kind of love that. Like, I mean, I could put it like right here. I don't love that it eats up my timeline though. So I'll try and make a decision on that. I'm wondering if I should go grab something to drink. Getting a little bit dry mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab a drink real fast. I'll be back in just a second. Wrong button. I meant to do this one. I also don't know if I like that auto transition or if it should cut. I'll have to decide later. I've been trying to avoid. Here you go, cat. That's your spot. You can have it. Okay. I should write down. I should have put in the notes here what this preset was. But I would have to look up on the Moog itself. Put some underscores there. Okay. So that one's done, that one's done, that one's done. That one's done. The piano. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. Unfreeze. It's going to move it out of time, but it's an easy enough fix. We'll go ahead and snap that there. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up Keyscape. I need to update all of these. I haven't done that in a long time. Save patch as. Is Keyscape, have I never saved any user stuff in here? I sort of have, but not the way that I should. So save patch as. Let's create a folder and call it Smashing Consoles. How do I want to do this? Is that the way I want to do this? And then we'll call this I'm not exactly sure how the foldering system works here. I think actually what I want to do is do Chrono Trigger main theme. I think that's what I want to do. And in here we'll call this B section piano. Let's see if that's right. I need to figure this out. Well, hello there, cat. I don't have like a user folder. Maybe it doesn't work that way in Keyscape. I don't know how it works as well. Yeah, the cat. It's just I've tried to tell her that she can't be here. She does not care. So if that's the case, then I think what I actually want to do is save patch as. It seems to just put it into, it doesn't seem to care about that at all. Like my foldering stuff doesn't seem to matter. Pretty sure she's the boss. Yeah, you're not wrong. Which makes me think the answer here is to do this, to say like, damn, that really sucks that I can't put the full name into this. Put that into my patches. And then Chrono Trigger, main theme. How do I want to do this since it doesn't save them the way that I want it to? Cancel that. I was hoping that it would give me folders like it does in Omnisphere, but it doesn't, so that's kind of a bummer. It's just based off of model. Okay, well, maybe I should put the whole name in there. Let's try it. Save patch as. We'll go my patches, and we'll just save it right here. We'll call this Chrono Trigger main theme lo-fi. It's just such a long name. I mean, it works, sort of, but it's certainly long. I could abbreviate as like CT, but every time you abbreviate something, it ends up confusing you later. I don't like that. I need to think about that. Also, let's take a look and see if this is in my Steam keyscape patches, my patches. Is this in my backup? There's Omnisphere, but I don't see keyscape here. So I should probably start saving some of these. They're a little bit less important because it's kind of easy to rebuild them, I guess, but let's go ahead and make a thing. We'll copy this line, paste, and we'll say copy keyscape patches, and we'll change that to keyscape patches, if I could spell. And that should auto create the folder for me. I'll just copy that path from up there. So now when that runs tonight, that should back all of that up. I don't know if this is properly copying. I think I need to figure out where my where all my what's it called? What's up, cat? Are you coming to sit on my lap? Not right now. Okay, I'm working. You can come sit over here. I've got a chair just for you. It's all there just for you. I need to get a cat cam, don't I? Let's see here. I need to check on the Arturia stuff and see where it's saving everything, because I think I can direct that, but I need to find out for sure. Okay. Are you working? Oh, I knew it was crashing. I could feel it. This is why I duplicate tracks and save. Plugins like to crash stuff all the time. And now I'll put it back on the wrong screen. You're destroying my chair, cat. That's the best way to get views. The cat cam. She'll just be back there hiding. Whatever. Waiting for it to load. You can see the load screen going there. Let's see what I lost. Where am I at? So much waiting for computers. It's such a boring part of my life. Okay, so I need to unfreeze that and save the thing. Do I have any Arturia plugins that are open at the moment? This track looks like it can just go away entirely. Same with this one. Do I have any Arturia plugins loaded? No, so we'll deal with that. So let's go back over here and make a note for myself to do that. Archive tasks, locate all Arturia cat and add to backups. So those are things I need to do. You're right in my lap, cat. All right, you can stay. It's fine. Let's try this again. Save. Yeah, well, now... Are you... Yeah, there you are. Look, say hi to the camera. Hi, camera. She didn't like that. You're really making this complicated. Go back to your chair. Don't nip at me, silly cat. Okay, piano, where are you? Let's duplicate it. Also, where's my notes? Ugh, it didn't save any of my layout changes. That's kind of annoying. I can probably make this a lot smaller. Okay, so now we've got that duplicated. Let's go ahead and unfreeze. I need to put it back in position. I need to double check and make sure that this isn't going to mess up any automation lanes. I should be checking that. I didn't like that pedal. I'm going to fix that real fast. Save all effects as chain. Main theme lo-fi. This is what's the track called? B section piano. B section. If I could type piano. Okay. And it definitely needs to fade out quicker than that, but I can see where I did the fade out. What was the pedal I didn't like? It was just a touch early. It needs to happen right once I actually grab the new chord. I was a little early. Much better. That one could probably also be a little tighter. It's okay. I think that one's not getting a pedal off here that it's supposed to be getting. Why do you not let me do this? Ooh, deep. I thought that sounded weird. One of the pedal downs just didn't register properly. Shift that over so it's nice and clean. It's better. So let's go ahead and freeze that. We'll give it a good listen through here. I figured out the fade before, so let's just match the fade. Did I do anything weird to it? Doesn't look like it. So we can delete the original track and listen through this. That may actually be, now that that fade is correct, it may need to just be a little longer. Actually, you know what would be really cool is, let's do this. We've got no reverb to it yet. Let's go ahead and send it to the lexicon. I guess I'm using Capital Chambers for this track. It's a pre-fader. Let's go ahead and automate that. We'll just do a nice, so we'll fade it back out a little quicker, but we'll throw it into the reverb so we get a little bit of shimmer out of the end of it. Maybe throw it a little harder. That's what I wanted. Maybe even a little harder. That's nice. And let's give it a little touch of that reverb throughout, just to give it some space. Such a nice warm piano. Cool. That gives it a nice little push to the ending. Why does that? Oh, because it comes in halfway. Okay. So if we listen to these two elements together, we get this nice pad coming in halfway through. Cool. Okay, moving on. So that's done. Let's lock it so that I remember that it's finished. I'll try and remember to lock things as I wrap them up. Let's expand those because I don't like the way it froze those. Just give them a nice little bit of tail. I need to decide if I want to do the same thing with these pads. Now those already kind of fade away nicely. I don't need to do anything with them, I don't think. I will go ahead and add, do I want to add a reverb throw to these? I'm worried if we add anything it's going to be weird, but let's go ahead and add just a touch of reverb to these. Just to get everything living in the same space. Just a nice subtle touch. And then this can probably go to the reverb as well. Okay, so the piano is now done. That's done. And we get that. So I've got track notes, item notes, project notes, global notes. This is cool. That's a useful tool. Okay, so this Jupyter pad, we need to go back and redo this bad boy. So let's save, duplicate, and unfreeze. It's going to put the MIDI in the wrong spot. That's okay. So what all makes this up? Okay, perfect. Arturia plugins. So I can see where these are getting saved. This is the Juno, or it's a Jupiter, I mean. So let's go ahead and go save preset as Jupiter pad under Chrono Trigger. So we'll call this main theme. Is that how I did this? I guess it's a different plugin, so it doesn't matter. Where is it actually saving these banks? It doesn't tell me where it's saving them. I don't like that. I think what I need to do actually is just go in and export, right? Because I can export the bank. Chrono Trigger. What if I export preset? Maybe this is what I want to do. And just save them all in a folder. Yeah. This is going to take a while to do all of this. I don't like it. I could just export the bank, but if I do it this way, I can go one at a time as I'm going. So let's just get this started. So we're going to go to plugins, presets. I should just change that to plugin presets. Let's do that real fast. I don't like plugins, presets. Plugin presets. And we'll go to Arturia. And this is Jupiter 8. Do I want to do it this way, or do I just want to do it? Because if I do it that way, then I have to have so many. Maybe it's better if I just leave what plugin it is in the name. How do I want to do this? What I don't want to have to do is have to have a big library of every single song ever for every plugin. That's kind of gross. So maybe we'll just do this. Maybe we'll just do Chrono Trigger. Actually, let's do Smashing Consoles. And then Chrono Trigger. And then in here we'll do, I'm not even going to bother with like main theme. We'll just, I don't care about all the date and time junk. That doesn't matter. Jukebox preset. That's fine. We'll go with that. That's fine. And then we have to do the same thing here. We'll go save preset as name. This is main theme Jupiter pad in the Chrono Trigger bank. Can I not add a bank? Chrono Trigger. There we go. Save. And then export preset. I need to make like a quick button to get me into the right folder for this. Can I go up here? No, that doesn't work. So we'll just go D. Plugin presets, Arturia, Smashing Consoles, Chrono Trigger, and this will be, I'll just get rid of all this junk. Hopefully I'll never have to use things this way. This is like fail-safe, but because really the effects chains is what's going to matter, and maybe I shouldn't even bother, but I might want to use parts of things, so I'll go ahead and take the time to do this. Main theme lo-fi, this is Jupiter pad. Okay. And now we can freeze it down. What does this thing play like? I would need to have the correct keyboard selected. Ooh, that's nice. Forget what that chord is. It's a cool pad. Like, it almost has that Jump vibe, but it's a little bit softer than Jump is. Cool. Let's go ahead and freeze that bad boy. We'll extend it out a little bit, so hopefully it'll catch the tail. Move that up so you can actually see it rendering. Thanks for deleting that comment, Darth. And for getting that ban. I just noticed that. It's interesting that... Oh, I see. I pulled it down 3 dB on the actual wave file. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'll go ahead and just keep doing that. That's fine. We'll match it. Yeah, thanks for snagging that. Come here, you. Where's the handle? There we go. So I'm down 3 dB. Yeah. Okay. We'll delete the original and leave our notes. Presets saved. 50221. I know this is all really boring. Sorry if nobody enjoys watching this, but I need to get it done, and this is the only way for me to actually get work done, apparently. Let's listen through this and make sure it's all working. Sounds pretty good so far. But when Eric and I are working, it's best that we can just kind of move, so it's better for me to do all this organizational shit when he's not here and not waste his time. Because it would take forever. So far it all sounds good. What did we do the melody with? Guitar? Very cool. Sounds like we're just doing reverb on that octave. Very cool. All right, all sounds good. What do we got left here to finish up? Let's kind of work our way down. This thing is just, I guess it's frozen. Let's unfreeze it and do the thing. I'm not going to freeze the drums because I don't care about them. Let's save. And actually, let's clean out the directory real fast because I'm sure there's some things. I think I can hit yes and that'll put it into the new position, so maybe I might try that. Oh, did I crash it? It's taking its time to unfreeze. This is why I always try and remember to save before I do this, because it really likes to crash when trying to reload all these plugins, whatever I did to this thing. This is feeling like a crash though. Definitely feeling a bit like it's going to crash. There we go. Boy, that took a long time. So it needs to go just right there. Oh, that's why. It's because it's a reactor. Let me see where I put this. I'm gonna go ahead and just save this again because we've used it so many times, but I'm not gonna save all of the individual ones on this, I don't think, because it's just too much of a headache. And I don't care. This is a sound that needs everything to pull it off. Effects chains, save all effects as chains. It's just in drums. I'm just gonna put it in do I have like percussion? Yeah. FFX snare. Okay, it's already there, so I'm not going to bother redoing that. Percussion folder. That way I'll remember where it is. We'll go ahead and freeze that. You'll lose mic for a second as it finishes. I don't know why that happens, but whatever. It doesn't matter. This is all kind of taking a little bit longer than I anticipated that it would. Let's fade that down and give it a listen and make sure it worked. Cool. I'm kind of debating on adding some reverb to that just to get it to, again, fit in with the rest of the mix. Sounds good. I don't much care about saving the individual presets for this. It's such a simple thing. We'll just save this in the presets folder. Effects chains, save all effects as chain. Chrono trigger, main theme lo-fi. This is bass guitar. It's a real simple, like, non-synth patches. I don't care so much. Using a little bit of dynamic EQ on it. Nothing too much, nothing too crazy. So let's go ahead and save this or freeze this bad boy with all of the stuff on it. I don't know if I wanted to save that as, freeze that as stereo. I'm going to cancel that. I think this is a mono track. Let's try this again. Is it, do I even have a thing for that? Mono, control, shift, whack. It's probably not the shortcut I should be using, but it's what I'll use. I need to remember to save mono stuff as mono just for space saving, because it is going to come back to haunt me someday. It's already starting to get to be a lot of space. Takes forever to do this, but I think the mix on this one is getting close to where I want it. It's not done yet, but it's definitely making progress. Okay, so that's all saved now, and it's decent. There's no compressor on it. I don't know if I need a compressor on it. Maybe I should have put like a LA2A or something on there. I mean, it's a fairly dynamic thing, but yeah, let's go ahead and undo that because I'm going to throw some compression on that. Just just a little bit. We'll do it after my corrective EQ. So LA2, you're going to learn that I'm a big fan of the LA2A. I use it for basically everything. We'll use the gray for this. Too much. That's nice. Just a little bit of compression to fill it up a little bit. Kind of feels like it fills the space a little bit more now. Let's go ahead and resave this effects chain. It's nice. Okay. Yeah, this is all taking a long time, but it'll be worth it. Get it all done. I need a better way to deal with this camera so that it doesn't always have to be there, because it's kind of in my way. This camera, this one, just where it's at in the room is kind of a pain in the butt. I don't know if I can keep it there, but we'll work on that later. I'll see if I can come up with a thing for it, but I definitely am going to want it when I'm doing piano practice or writing or something. Oops. 250221. So that's nice now. Nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and unlock it and trim it back to here a little bit, just to be out. And similarly, we don't need this. There's nothing here, but let's go ahead and just trim this head up a little bit. Nice and clean. Okay, and then ultimately I think Great Convention created an account 2 days ago. Probably. He probably did, Eric. Or Sir Get Fiddle. He probably did. They probably did. It probably did. All the things. Let's add a little bit of bus compression to this. I need to come up with. I need a dynamics. I need a good bus compressor that's not a U80 bus compressor. I don't know if this one's a very good bus compressor or not. We're about to find out. Boy, that really hammers it. Parallel it a little bit. So let's hit it harder. Now how do I... Is there not a bypass here? How do I unlink these? Advanced. There we go. Let's use the mid only, not the sides. Let's filter it just a little bit, and then let's boy, it's really weird that there's no like bypass. And there we go. How do I unlink these? There should be a way to unlink the... Oh, okay, I can just turn the output up. Drums feel a little quiet to me. I'm going to turn them up a little bit. Making progress. This takes a long time. Also, there's no need for those bits of automation to exist out there. Let's add some spacers. I know I have the buses, but I do like to add spacers to drive things apart a little bit. Makes looking at this timeline a little easier. Okay, and then I'll decide what I want to do on that, because I think I just want to add distortion to it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll filter it. So I guess we can deal with all three of these now, just so we can be working our way down. Whatever this is, I don't think there's anything going on with it anymore. We were trying to do something with the roads that didn't work, so I'm going to just delete it. And then what was this sound? I'm not using it. Yeah, I think this was too aggressive. It's cool, but I think we got rid of it for a reason, so I'll leave it there for now. I'm not going to care about removing it, but let's go ahead and unfreeze, or let's duplicate this and unfreeze it. What if I hit yes? Will it put it in the right place? It does. So yes is my way to keep that the same. Okay, what is this? This is contact. Contact takes forever to load for some reason. Let's solo that track. Ooh, that's a cool sound. Save as. So this is. How do I want to say? What's monolith mean? I don't know how to deal with saving stuff with contact, so I'm just going to save it as Reaper stuff. That seems easiest. Chrono trigger. Let's organize this because this is dumb to have all this stuff. Okay. We're going to go to main theme lo-fi. This is intro pad. Probably should have done this somewhat differently, but so we've got that. So now we can go ahead and refreeze that at 48K. And we'll give it a listen and make sure it sounds correct. Okay, so now I've got that done. We can delete. Oops, that's the wrong button. I did it delete. Okay. Let's clean all this up. Next sound, this is the same thing but an octave up. Let's duplicate it and unfreeze. I really thought I'd get through like multiple songs doing this, but apparently it takes longer than I thought it did. Oh, it's such a cool sound. Just in case we made some changes to it, which I think we might have. Intro pad underscore octave. Okay. This seems like a really cool... Boy, this was a while ago we did this. Oops. Very cool sound. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and freeze that. And we'll listen to it down and make sure that nothing messed up in the render. I'm pretty sure we're getting rid of this, so I'm just going to delete it. It's cool. Okay. So this one can go away. That's the old one. How do they sound together? I might fix that actually because they kind of hit at the... This one hits a little bit late. Let's undo that. Unfreeze. Yes. Let's just tighten this up just a little bit. So we'll have it so that they both kind of hit in together. At least a little bit closer. That's better. I could hear that. I could hear the flam against it a little bit. It's a little too much. Okay. And then that's done. Presets saved. 2025 0221. Okay, last sound for the intro. Very cool. Blanking, there it is, I just saw it. Yes. Okay. What is this, more contact shenanigans? I should probably show you the correct screen. Let's go ahead and save that. Chrono trigger, main theme lo-fi. This is intro walk up. And let's extend that out and freeze it. I'm just going to steal the note from there. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. Okay, we can delete the original now. Let's listen to it, make sure it worked. Sounds good. Let's tighten this up because we don't need all of that. Where's the first transient? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Lock them all, and let's give this whole section a listen. Cool. Alrighty. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. Let's just do this. We'll just loop this while I do that, just in case, so it's not too boring. I'll be back in just a moment. Good. There's quite a bit of hiss. That might be just the piano. The piano does have a lot of hiss to it. It also could be that I turn my microphone on and there's a bit of hiss coming from just like my actual microphone here, which, you know, if I thought I fixed that a little bit, but I'll bet you it's just my microphone being on causing that. I'll go calm that down a little bit and filter it down a little bit more. Because I'll bet you if I turn everything back on and we listen to that soft part with my microphone muted. Yeah, it's just my microphone into this limiter to get it loud enough. The mic preamps on the UA, they're a little bit noisy. They definitely have a bit of hiss to them because of all the gain you have to add for the 7B. Normally there's enough other stuff going on that I don't care, but it seems fine without the microphone in there. Okay, so that's all of the synth stuff reprinted and frozen and saved, I think. Good amount of cleanup there. I'm not printing the drums yet. So let's do guitar stuff now. Oh wait, yeah, we got guitar stuff to do. I think we're pretty well sure that we're not using this guitar bit at the end, right? The Moog is the answer. I mean, maybe I could mix them together, but I think it's just better with just the Moog. I think that guitar's just going away. So I'm committing to it. I'm just deleting it. We can pull up an older version if we have to, but for now I'm doing that. So let's save all of this as a chain. I don't want to save all the individual parts on this stuff. It's just too much work and not worth it. Save all effects as chain. So this is Smash Consoles. In lo-fi, this is guitar, and it is we'll just call it guitar lead 1. So let's go ahead and save, go ahead and freeze all of it and see what it does. We're definitely doing that in stereo because there may be stereo stuff the plugin's adding. Fucking cat scratch. Always covered in cat scratches. Be about ready for some food here soon. Come on. There we go. Finished up. Guitar lead feels a touch quiet to me. Presets. Save. It's too big. It's ugly. Let's see here. Colors. Customize background color. Let's make it a bit darker. Okay. Cool. That's real dumb that it doesn't get, like, it's not scaling it with the size of the window properly. Whatever, that works. Okay, so that guitar all sounded good. Let's save this one's. This one apparently has a whole lot of processing on it. If I could get to it and see where it is. Just a cool little echoey. Very cool. Let's save that. Let's just listen to it while I save it. So this is Smashing Consoles. A little bit of imaging on it. Let's go ahead and print that. Let's listen back to it, make sure it's all good. Once it finally prints, at least like once we get into mixing, now everything will move slowly or a little bit more smoothly since I am printing all this. It'll save us a lot of processing overhead. Sounds pretty good. Let's check out this one, Guitar Lead 2. Using the Fender Twin again with a lot of compression, I'm sure. So let's save that. Effects chain, save all effects chain. This is Guitar Lead 2. Maybe that's one of those things we can do for like Patreon or something, is I can post all of these preset files so people can use these sounds that we make. Since we spend a lot of time working sounds out, that could be kind of a cool thing. Let's go ahead and print that one. Let's listen through that one and make sure it sounds okay. A little bit cleaner of a guitar tone. I see other streamers grabbing their 7Bs and moving them around and stuff, but like every time I even like so much think about touching this thing, it makes so much noise. I don't know if it's just that I need a more flexible arm or something, but I don't know how they get them to be so quiet. What the heck is this? It's the boo-doo-doo. Okay. So let's save all of that because I can already tell that's... Oh yeah. Amplitude 5 plus a compressor plus a chorus. No wonder this thing's running so slow. Chrono trigger, main theme lo-fi, and this is guitar lead chords. Boo-doo-doo. Oh, okay. I may not be able to freeze this one because I'm doing some weird plug-in pin-out stuff, aren't I? Because this chorus is sending out... Is everything 1-2 until the chorus? I think everything is. So we can freeze up to the chorus and we'll just leave the chorus live. That's all 4 tracks. This may not work the way I wanted it to. Because those are only going to 1-2. So I'm only going to this EQ and this chorus. Yeah, damn, that sucks. What we'll do here is I'll freeze up to the guitar amp. I'll save all this as a thing. This is a weird situation. I already saved the effects chain, right? I did, I think. Smashing consoles, guitar lead chords. Yep, it's already there. So what we'll do is we'll just freeze up to this plugin because it's a heavy-handed one, and I know that freeze stereo up to the last second selected effects. Okay, I think this should be fine. We'll find out once it's done printing. Amplitude's a bit heavy-handed. If this doesn't work, I'll unfreeze it and we'll be fine, but it sounds fine. I think it's all... Is it all correct? This one may not work. It doesn't sound quite right. Yep, I'm gonna undo that. We'll just put it back. We'll do it. We can live with one Amplitude instance being live. It won't kill the project. The way the delay tails were was just not quite right, I don't think. So we'll leave that one alone. These two I'm a little bit concerned about because I don't know what they're going to do. So let's duplicate them and so that might be a reason for me to not do things this way. Maybe I will split things to separate tracks and not use plug-in pinouts. Because the plug-in pinouts are cool, but they do cause weird issues. So let's do this. Let's duplicate this. Okay. Unfreeze. And then let's take a look at what this is going to be. Yeah, this is a complicated plugin setup. Lots of compression. So this is guitar chords. Very cool. Bring that out to there, and then we'll freeze that. Okay. Obviously, when I make my final mix decisions, I probably will kill the headphones and listen in speakers, but we can make a lot of progress with headphones. Lock that for now. This is preset saved, which I didn't do that there with that one. Okay. This one is trickier. Let's mess with this one now. So we can kill the original track. Let's duplicate this one and unfreeze. I don't remember exactly what we did here, but I know it's tricky. Seems like what I did is I reversed everything and then applied this filter on it. Fragments doesn't seem to be part of it, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove it. I'm just using this stepped filter. Very cool. I'm going to save this one as main theme guitar fragments, even though it's not fragments anymore, but and then we'll make a bank of smashing consoles. Actually, we'll make the bank be Chrono Trigger. Go ahead and save that, and then we will effects chains, save all effects as chain. Smashing consoles, Chrono Trigger. I should have just made this a folder. Like, this is guitar fragments. Okay, lots of compression, lots of stuff. We'll print it down. I should have saved before I did that, but whatever. It'll work. It's not going to crash, right? You're not going to crash? Cool. Get rid of the original, and then let's listen to those two together. I just want to hear more of those guitar fragments. They're so in the back, but very, very cool. Very like sci-fi, future-y. little bit of dissonance in there. There's a couple notes that like hold over in a weird way that's kind of ugly, and I love it. It probably needs to be out before the B section comes in, huh? Let's see how that fits. Let's do this. We're going to have them kind of exit. They're both sending to the capital, so let's have them both exit with a send. Sweep. Maybe we'll go over a full bar. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I don't think I need that last bit right there, so let's just go ahead and get that completely out. Let's listen to that with everything. Listen to the whole section. Sounds pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. I didn't hear the ending though. Let's focus on that. Yeah, it's cool. This reverb on this kick drum. Maybe not quite that much. That's nice. Some of those fades don't sound good. Actually, none of them sound good. I might redo this whole section. They might sound good. I might have done this because of the piano. I might have intentionally faded them. No, I still don't feel like it sounds good. Whatever I was thinking, it's not good. Undo. Nope. So I've got all of these edits here, and maybe I just need to... I think we did that because we had the echo happening. And so now that we don't have the echo happening, are these all the same take? 3 of 3, I think so. Yeah. Now that the echo's gone away, we'll just do this and draw it back in. Because I'm pretty sure that echo was why we did that. Much better. Okay. Oh, I did the wrong thing again. Cancel. It's that one. Ugh. So time consuming. That's okay. I kind of want to get some food here soon. I'll probably start slowly ramping back into this. I'm not going to do 8-hour long streams right off the rip, but I'll probably get to that point eventually. But I need to... It's enough that I turned the camera on and did the damn thing. That's already more than I often do, so I'm taking it as a win. I don't like what it named this. Let's take a look at that. Let's rename file. Whatever, that's fine. If I can just be in here and do 2 to 3 hours a day working on stuff like this, that's probably good. And plus, I think you and I are going to do some Metroid streaming tonight. What I was kind of hoping we would do, if you're up for it, is we'll race a seed without being in Discord together. So like we'll go, if you have 2 or 3 hours to hang, we'll do a seed, and then afterwards we can like reboot back to Mother Brain, pull up the map and talk through our decision making. And that way we can keep it all in our heads and maybe do a second one if we have time. But if you're up for that, I think that could be fun. Because I do want to start getting the hang of like what racing feels like a little bit more to get prepped for it. So there's all the automation. So this is looking pretty good, I think. Let's give it all, sounds like a good time. Cool. Because I think that if we're chatting in Discord while we're racing the seed, like while we're going, it affects the way we think and what we do a little bit. And maybe it's best if, just for the sake of getting the hang of racing, we don't do that. Let's see here. What am I doing? I want to... Let's listen through the whole thing and see where we're at. I'm going to double check that everything's frozen. I don't care about converting these over to 44 or 48. It really doesn't matter. I also don't care about converting that to 48. It's going through plugins, so it doesn't matter. So everything's in 48 now. Let's rack up to the beginning of the main theme, and let's just give this whole thing a listen all the way through. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so we can enjoy the volume. I'm going to mute my microphone. We're just going to listen to it down and see how it goes. Which high guitar do you mean? Do you mean let's just go ahead and fix this now. Are you talking about this thing? Or are you talking about this thing? Which one? Second one? This one? The octave. I'll turn it down a little bit. It's down like 3 dB now. I'll re-rack that section. Okay, last thing is just to do something with this ending, and I think all it needs is just to fade into the reverb. I was thinking about maybe adding some distortion to it, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might try it here. So we start fading here, I think. And that fades nicely into the next track. Let's try adding a one knob. I need to determine which song comes next in the playlist. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's definitely true that the next song will definitely determine that a bit. But I have a feeling that doing something like this will be cool, so I'm just going to try it. Just for fun. If it'll ever load the plugin. I need to get the 64-bit version of this plugin finally. So what if we do something like that? So then we'll do something like this, and this is going to be tricky because I'm going to have to work on the volume of it a bit, but maybe if we just start slowly blending in that wet amount, and maybe we don't go full wet, but like maybe like that. So I like that it starts adding the crunch in, and I think that right about there I just need to start doing a volume automation to make up for the increase in gain. Maybe a little earlier. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Let's see how it works with everything. like you said, we'll have to wait and see where it goes with the next song. But overall, I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave it for now. If you absolutely hate it, we can work on it later. We can make some other decisions. But for now, I think that's pretty cool. I think this is a pretty good stopping point from here. I'm going to go get some lunch, get some gas in my car. So thanks for coming in and hanging out. I'll be here hopefully doing some more of this soon. And I'm going to be back later tonight doing some Super Metroid map rando with Darth. So take it easy, and we'll see you next time.